Hi everyone, this is Coach Mona, an international youth coach. This video is in English for my foreign friends, English speaking friends who wants to follow up with me, but they couldn't do that because of my Arabic language, and I speak Arabic in most of my videos. So this video is in English, so follow up with me. Let's start. In my videos, I am speaking to the beginners how to build up their muscles, doing a form out of their bodies to obtain a healthy life. So keep up, enjoy. Before we talk about the anatomy of the human body, you have to know one important thing, which is the joint of your body, so that you have the knowledge to know which muscle attached to which joint. So when you train, you have to move that joint to train that muscle. Let's start. First, the neck. The neck muscles, if you want to train them, you have to move your head or your shoulders. For the shoulders muscles and the scapula muscles, which are the pectoralis major and deltoid, you have to move your shoulders. If you want to train your arm, the upper one, which is the biceps and triceps, you have to move your elbow. If you want to train the forearm, you have to move your wrist. For the second part, which is the spinal and the belly and pectineus from the front, you have to move your waist, or as we call it, the pelvic joint. For the third part, which is the thighs and leg from the front, gluteus, hamster, and leg from the back. For the thighs, you have to move your pelvic joint and your knee. For the gluteus, you have to move the pelvic and the knee also. For your leg, which is gastrocnemius and soleus, you have to move your ankle and train the Achilles tendon, which is the most tendon important in your body. The human body is divided into two parts. The front side, which is the interior, the back side, which is the posterior. The front side, its muscles is divided into three main parts. First part contains the neck, shoulders, and chest. The second part contains the belly and pectineus. The third part contains the thighs and the front leg. For the back side, it also divided into three main parts. The first part contains the neck, shoulders, and scapula. The second part contains the spinal muscles. The third part contains the hips, thighs, and legs. So, let's return to the front side and talk more. For the front side, as we talked about, it is divided into the main three parts. We're gonna talk about each part in a brief. The first part, which contains the neck, shoulders, and chest. Well, each one of those is divided within into a lot of muscles that work together in a rhythm to make you look good or obtain your health. So first, the neck. It contains the sternocleidomastoid, which is the side muscles, which is along your neck. Second, the shoulders. It contains one muscle that goes around from the front to the back. It's called the deltoid muscles. Then your chest. Your chest contains pectoralis major. After your shoulders comes the arms. The arms contains two main parts, which is the upper arm containing the biceps and the forearm down the elbow. The forearm or the front arm contains two important muscles that we use in training to obtain the anatomy of the arm, which is flexor carpi radialis and brachioradialis. The second part is your belly and pectineus. Your belly and pectineus contains three main muscles, which is the abdominals. We call it the abs, and the obliques, which is aside your abdomen, and the pectineus, which is down there reaching out to hold your thighs. For the third part, which is the thighs and the leg. The thighs is divided into a lot of muscles as we spoke about, but we're gonna talk about the important ones, which are rectus femoris, gracilis, sartorius, quadriceps. For the leg, we have only one muscle that is important to us, where we train to obtain the anatomy, which is tibialis anterior. For the backside, which is the posterior, is also divided into the main three parts we talked about before. For the first one, it contains the neck, shoulders, and scapula. The neck has the muscle of trapezius. Trapezius is the muscle going along the back of your neck, holding the back of your neck from head to shoulders. Second, your shoulders. Your shoulders contains the deltoid, as we talked about before, which is going around from the front to the back. For the scapula, this is the deltoid. After your shoulders comes the arms. Your arms is divided into two parts, upper arm and the lower arm. The upper arm contains the most important, that is triceps, and the lower arm contains the extensor carpi ulnaris. For the second part, which is the spinal. The spinal contains three muscles that we use in training, which are spinal erectors, latissimus dorsi, thoracolumbar fascia. For the third part, which contains the hips, thighs, and leg. First, the hips. The hips contains the gluteus, or as we call it, gluten. The gluteus or the gluten contains a lot of muscles. We abbreviate it to the gluteus. The thighs contains the biceps femoris and the hamstring muscles, and also the semitendinosus. For the leg, it contains mostly two important muscles, one of which is the most important one of all the human muscles, which is the gastrocnemius. The second muscle is soleus. So, after we divided the human body into 3 parts, we're gonna talk about the principle that builds up the muscles. First principle that we have is that muscles work upon a joint, meaning that muscles build up and grow according to the joint attached to it. For example, we're talking about the arms. How to work out your arms muscles? So easy. We have 3 joints upon the arm: shoulder, elbow, and wrist. When you work out your wrist, you're working your front arm. When you're working out your elbow, you're working the triceps and biceps. When you're working out your shoulder, we're taking the angle of the elbow, keeping it, and working up like pulling something, pushing something, and lifting and pulling from up. You're working the shoulders muscles, which is the breast and the deltoid or the scapula. So this is easy. This is the first principle. Remember, when you work out for a muscle, you have to know which joint you're working with. Is it the wrist? Is it the elbow or the shoulder? So when you're working your chest, you have to keep up the angle of your elbow and push or pull as you like, but keep the angle so that you focus on the shoulder and the muscles attached to it. When you're working for the legs, remember which muscle you're going to work on. According to the muscles, see the joint attached to it. Work the joint, you work up the muscle. This is the first principle. So, second principle we have is that you're a beginner. You have to know that lifting weight is not your thing. So you have to repeat, meaning that second principle is a repetition. How to do the exercise. For example, we're working out today for the arms. It's the arms day. So I'm gonna do the arms. What about lifting like 50? Well, this is wrong for you as a beginner. You have to know that. If your maximum lifting is 50 kilos, so you have to lift like 10% of that weight. Meaning, your maximum lifting weight is 50. You cannot lift 50 and 1. You cannot lift 52. Your maximum is 50. Let's agree on that? Cool. Then you have to lift like 10 kilos only. Don't take a damn about who's in the gym, who's looking at you and seeing that you're lifting only 10 kilos. Let it go. Focus on yourself. Lift 10 kilos for a repetition not less than 12 times. So for a beginner, you're gonna wait, see which is the maximum weight you can lift. And according to your maximum weight you can lift, you're gonna take 10% of that weight and start building up your muscles by that weight. For example, today is my first day in the gym. I don't know what to do, and it's arms day, as my friends are telling me. So it's my first time. I'm going to the gym with my friends who is almost going to the gym every day. So what I'm gonna do, how to train. I'm just a beginner. Yes, of course, I have this body, but I have to build up to look like them. How to do that? It's easy. I'm going to the lifting department and see how much can I lift. So I lift up 10, 20, 30, 40, and I came to the 50 and I lifted by heart, but it was a lift. So 51, I couldn't lift it. 55, even worse. I couldn't even move it from the ground. So I will start my own program by going up to the muscle machines and take 10% of that weight. Meaning I can lift like 50, I'm taking 10% of that. Let's say, not 5, of course, let's say like, okay, 20. I will take 10 kilos and start lifting this. I took the 10 kilos and start lifting it. One time, oh, that easy. Yeah, I'm taking it up and down, taking it up and down, and it's easy. Well, it won't be easy by the repetition of a 20 reps. Meaning that you're taking this 20 or 10 kilos you're starting with and starting a repetition of a 12 or 20 times. Not less than 12, not more than 20. You're gonna lift the weight and take it up and down 20 times or 12 times. By the reach of the 20, your muscle will be hurting. It will be burning. Don't go over 20. Don't go less than 12. If you couldn't start by the 12 repetition, start by 8 and build up. Like 8, take a rest for a minute, go back, lift like 9 or 10, rest, go back, do this. Don't put weight. Putting more weight will hurt your muscle. It will oxidize the muscle. Okay? So, second principle is a repetition. Good luck. The third, which is the most important principle ever, is that the nutrition. What about your diet? What do you eat? How do you go for the day? Do you spend most of your day at work? You won't eat nothing? Well, you have to watch out for what you're eating to reduce the chances of getting hurt. Meaning, for the third principle is that you have to take the most out of your diet. When you exercise but you don't eat well, you will never build up the muscle. Even if you work out for like 7 days, 24 hours, you won't. You have to eat like a good athlete, which means that you have to take vitamins, protein, carbohydrates, everything. You have to eat everything in your diet so that you can build up the muscles. Everybody go to the gym to anatomy their muscles, to make their muscles like the book says. But 1 in a million got that chance. Meaning, for me as a beginner, I will never build up the muscle if I don't eat well, if I won't take my supplements. You have to know the kind of supplement you have to take in your body to build up the muscles. Basically, let's agree that going to the gym is a little bit hard for most of us. Most of us work. Most of us has to make money. for their families. So that doesn't mean you have to work and want to enjoy life. Doesn't mean you have to make a big belly and go around like this and not take the full advantage of your looks. You won't dress well, you won't be well. You have to eat well so that you can dress well, you can do the workout well. This mostly it. I will talk about the supplements in another video. I will talk about what you have to eat to be good. But basically, let's agree that going to the gym needs power. How to get this power? By carbohydrates. I don't advise you to go eat chips or like any other product that have carbohydrates. I advise you to eat well, like rice, macaroni, and all that things. Don't eat before going to the gym or you will have the belly thing, or you will get nauseous, or even you will throw out. So you have to eat before going to the gym, like 3 hours or 4 hours. For me, I like to eat the lunch at breakfast, meaning when I wake up, I take my tea or coffee or whatever. Just wait a minute until I wake up and be sharp, and then I go for my main plate, which is the protein dietary. My protein dietary is easy. Anybody can do it at home. I take the chicken or the meat I like, or even fish. I eat it in the morning. After that, I go to work, and then I go for my gym time, or sometimes at home. I do my exercises, mostly. As I'm a girl, I have a house I have to take care of. I have a family I have to take care of. So I'm not fully free, as most of you do. So we have to make like 1 hour a day to work out. If you're not taking this and you're not taking the hour to work out, then don't eat. Eat according to your needs. If you're working out, eat protein and carbohydrates. If you're not working out, don't eat those things. Just protein and vitamins to keep your body healthy. Carbohydrates are wrong for those who don't do exercises. It makes you fat. It makes you without a power. You won't be able to do exercises. Don't eat carbohydrates if you're not exercising. If you're exercising and you want to build up your muscles, then eat carbohydrates. I will talk about that in the other videos. I will tell you how to eat, how to make your own program, and how to take the most out of your dietary, meaning your nutrition. How to take a good care of it so that you will look smart, dress smart, enjoy your life. So, if you like my video, like, share, and don't forget to follow me. See ya!